Picture this, she stopped replying. She reads your messages and doesn't respond. She watches your stories but doesn't say a word. She used to be all over you, but now, it's like you don't exist. That silence, that coldness, that's not just distance, that's ego. And here's what most men don't realize. When a woman ignores you, she's not always trying to end things. Sometimes, she's testing you, testing your value, testing your self-worth. She wants to see if you'll chase, beg, or fold. But here's where you flip the script. You don't react emotionally. You don't play the fool. You don't give her the power. You act with control, with silence, with strategy. Because the way you respond in this moment, it defines everything. And this video will break it all down. Here's how to act when a woman ignores you, and how to silently destroy the ego she's trying to use against you. 1. Go silent, completely. No double texts, no checking in, no just wondering if you're okay. When she ignores you, don't respond with more effort. Respond with silence. Because the truth is, if she's ignoring you to boost her own ego, then every time you reach out, you feed it. You reinforce her belief that you're less valuable and she's more desired. By going silent, you break the pattern. You cut off her supply. Now she's left wondering, why isn't he chasing? Why did he stop caring? That confusion, that uncertainty, that's the beginning of her ego collapsing. You don't punish her with anger. You teach her with absence. And trust me, your silence is louder than any paragraph you could send. Because silence, when it's intentional, becomes a language of strength, a form of control. It tells her that you don't chase validation. You attract respect. 2. Don't watch her stories. Don't like her posts. Every time you view her story, every like you leave on her photo, it's a form of attention, a soft reach out. And she knows it. So when she starts ignoring you, pull back every single form of attention. Don't view her life. Don't interact with her content. Go invisible. Because when a woman realizes you've stopped watching, it shakes her. Deeply. Why? Because she's used to being the center of attention. She expects you to be watching. And the moment you stop, her ego doesn't just feel it. It questions everything. Is he over me? Is he seeing someone else? Why isn't he watching anymore? That internal panic, that's when the tables turn. And now, she's the one watching you. This isn't about mind games, it's about self-respect. If someone removes their attention from you, you owe them no more than the same. Your energy is valuable. Spend it only where it's earned. 3. Don't confront her emotionally. You don't ask her what's wrong. You don't send long emotional texts. You don't pour your heart out hoping she'll explain. Because here's the harsh truth. If she wanted to talk, she would. The second you confront her emotionally, she wins. You hand her all the power. Instead, act unbothered, calm, focused. Go live your life like nothing's missing. Show that you don't need her validation to be whole. And this doesn't mean fake confidence, it means real detachment. Your energy says, if you want to leave, go. I don't beg, I replace. That energy, that destroys ego. Because while she thought ignoring you would break you, all it did was free you. Be the man who doesn't need closure, because your peace doesn't depend on anyone else's behavior. 4. Level up in silence. Hit the gym, fix your finances. Start that side hustle, read, travel, sharpen your mind. Because nothing is more devastating to a woman's ego than the man she ignored turning into the man she can't have. Don't announce your moves. Don't post about your grind. Just glow up in silence. And when she finally checks your page or hears about you from someone else, she won't see the man she ignored. She'll see the man she regrets. Self-improvement is the ultimate revenge. Not because it gets her back, but because it reminds her what she lost. Ego wants you stagnant, but discipline turns pain into progress. And that's how you build a version of yourself that commands respect, not attention. 5. Cut off all unnecessary access. Stop hanging around where she'll be. Stop replying instantly when she finally reaches out. Stop being easy to reach. When she ignores you, remove the open door, because the more access she has, the less she values it. Be a man who's hard to reach, who's busy, who's focused, who doesn't make room for those who don't choose him. It's not about being bitter, it's about creating boundaries, emotional maturity, and showing her that you're not a doormat, you're a destination. If someone can disappear at will, they should never expect a reserved seat in your life again. 6. Don't post, just to get her attention. It's tempting. You want to show her what she's missing. You want her to see you smiling, living, winning. But if your intention is to get her attention, it shows. It reeks of insecurity. Instead, post because you're proud, because you're actually enjoying life, because you're your own priority now. When your moves aren't about her, but about you, that's when she feels it. Because nothing scares an ego-driven woman more than being ignored by a man who's genuinely moved on. Authenticity kills performance, so stop living for her reactions and start living for your fulfillment. 7. Reflect on why you allowed it. Here's the part most men skip: self-reflection. Ask yourself, why did I tolerate being ignored? What need was I trying to fill? What part of me believed her silence was acceptable? Sometimes it's not about her ego. Sometimes it's about your own lack of boundaries. Women will test you. Life will test you. But it's your standards that decide how far anyone gets. You don't just destroy her ego, you rebuild your own. So take the silence as a gift, a wake-up call, a reminder that you get to decide who has access to you. Self-awareness is painful, but it's also powerful. Because once you see your patterns, you can break them for good. 8. Never reward her when she returns. Here's where most men fail. She ignores you for days, weeks, even months. Then one day, she pops back in like nothing happened. And what do? You respond, you welcome her, you give her validation again. Don't. Because when you reward that behavior, you teach her it's okay. You reinforce the idea that she can disappear and return without consequence. Instead, treat her like a stranger, or better yet, like an option you no longer consider. Don't be rude, be cold, be brief, be focused. Let her feel what she made you feel. Not out of revenge, but out of respect for yourself. Closure is earned, not assumed. Make her understand the value of access to you by denying it. 9. Focus on the women who do choose you. While you're obsessing over the one woman ignoring you, 5 others are silently watching, waiting, hoping you notice them. So stop pouring energy into a closed door. Open your eyes to the people who already see your value. When you give your attention to those who respect it, you build confidence, not confusion. And when she sees you being valued elsewhere, her ego will crack. Because nothing destroys a woman's ego more than realizing she was replaceable. Not by words, but by action. Redirecting your focus isn't betrayal, it's alignment. Because love shouldn't be earned through suffering. 10. Walk away and mean it. The most powerful move a man can make when a woman ignores him? Leave. For real. Not a dramatic exit, not a fake goodbye, a genuine decision to move on. Because when you walk away without looking back, it sends a message no text could ever send. I don't need to prove my worth. I already know it. And if she ever wakes up and sees what she lost, that's her battle, not yours. You walk, you rebuild, you rise, and you never chase someone who showed you they're okay losing you. When you mean it, the universe respects it. So will she. Here's the raw truth. A woman ignoring you isn't the end. It's the beginning. The beginning of you finding your power. The beginning of you taking your attention back. The beginning of you destroying the ego that tried to test you. Most men fall apart when a woman pulls away. But the men who rise, the ones who become unshakable, they use that moment to become dangerous in the best way possible. Because once you stop begging, once you stop chasing, once you stop trying to prove something to someone who already knows your worth, that's when you win. Don't let silence destroy you. Let it transform you. Don't let ego games reduce your value. Let them reveal your standards. Become the man that no one can ignore. Not because you're loud, but because you're powerful in your silence. So tell me, have you ever been ignored? How did you react? Drop it in the comments. I want to hear your story. And yes, I do respond. Let's talk. Let's build. Let's grow. This isn't just a channel, it's a brotherhood. And your story might help someone else heal. See you on the next video. Stay strong, stay silent. And remember, your value doesn't decrease when someone stops seeing it. It increases when you start believing it again.